All right, we got the new Sabrina Carpenter. We're going to play this one with capo on the 2nd fret. You could play without the capo, but I think with the capo, it's going to make your chord shapes a little bit easier. It's going to be in G, but just transpose these chords if you want to play it without the capo. But nonetheless, we're going to have a lot of chords and a few major 7 variations here, starting with this G major 7 to the C major 7. Then we'll have a D, we'll have a D7, we'll have an E minor, we'll have a B7. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a C minor as well. I like to do this in the chorus, this C minor shape up to this G bar chord shape, because you're gonna have those 2 chords right next to each other. But let's get right into it. So it's gonna start off on this G major 7, and then the verses is gonna go back and forth to the G major 7 to a C major 7. Last line's gonna be the D, and it's predictable, and then the chorus of you and the sorries were said. We had a sex and we made amends, that's right. Called a false alarm to all of our friends, and we almost broke up again last night. And this little tag there at the end of this chorus is this going to be the G major 7 to the C major 7, G, and then back to that C. You could get away with just, with that open, all the chord shapes we know and love, the G and the C, but obviously it's going to sound a hell of a lot better if you add in that major 7 flavor. So again, let's go back to this chorus here, maybe a little bit slower. All the lines and I'm sorry's were said. We had a sex and then we made amends, that's right. Called it a false alarm to all of our friends, and we almost broke up again last night. Alright, and then verse 2 is going to be the same thing with that G to C switch, and then now they're going to tag the last 2 lines here with that D, the D7, twice, but it's going to sound cool, I believe, if you add in this F sharp over the top with your thumb on that D7. So again, these last 2 lines is going to be this D, know how it looks, I know how it sounds. You might be able to stick it out on that D7 instead of going back to this D, but you could just go back to this D on the lines of, least we'll give them something to talk about. Back to the same chorus that we just did. That's right, gonna false all of our friends, and broke up again last night. And this little break here is going to be a G to E minor to C minor. And then this bridge here, it's going to be a G, say we're drifting apart. Said, yeah, fucking no big deal, we've been there before, I will be here tomorrow. That D minor is going to lead into this key change, so now I'm going to have new chords to deal with. You're going to have this A and this F sharp minor, and then the D again, but then the E major. So you can do the open positions, that's going to sound pretty nice. I'll just demonstrate it. Obviously, she has a high voice, so you could get a little technical with it and do these shapes here. This is going to be our A chord, right? We're going to be on the real fret of 7 with our mini bar chord shape, so you could do... It's going to match up really well with her voice, I promise you that. So you can do that shape there. And then... this shape here, I know it's going to be hard on the acoustic because you don't have a lot of frets to work with, and then your D is going to be really an E, and then the last is going to be really that. Alright, but it's going to be all those chords until the very end. On this last line here, it's going to be A, now to a C sharp 7, and then a D, that D minor again, and then end on an A. Alright, so hopefully it helped out. The tab will be in the description below. I want to do one more song by Sabrina, I think Sugar Thoughts, right? But if anybody has any other songs to do by her from this album or any other song, please let me know and we'll try to do them.